And then as well too, we have our managed firewall and unified threat appliances available. This is one of those things that is becoming more and more prevalent as time goes on, as far as the threat on the internet, whether it be spyware, malware, viruses. Where are my users going on the internet during the day? That's becoming more and more of an issue. The internet's a great thing. Facebook is a great thing. A lot of people tell me that is. I still haven't got onto it, but I guess I need to. But it's still one of those things that into social media, if you're trying to reach out to that new user group, which the user group is going to be getting younger and younger as we go on. So Facebook, Twitter, all that is a common thing. But how do I prevent that user from abusing Facebook during the day? Because Facebook's great social media networking, but on the same token, it's got Farmville and what is the other game that's on there? I think there's another game that's on there that my wife's on all the time. I shouldn't say that. She's probably watch this. But something that annoys me just at home. I couldn't imagine in a business place if somebody was playing Farmville while at work, and I'm sure it goes on. But with applications like the content or application control through the Fortinet appliance, which we can host that service for you, you can actually go in there and say, all right, you have access to Facebook, but you can't run Farmville, or you can't post things of that nature. So you can actually go there and do that granular application control so that you can gain back your business productivity while still getting the benefits of the social media. And then combine that with our hosted FortiAnalyzer. This is where you can actually have that document or that reporting capabilities to say, okay, all right, Mr. Employee, we got an issue with you. You've been surfing this and you've tried to hit all these sites over the last 6 months. We need to do some corrective measures. Another really hot item for us is hosted Exchange. How many people out here has Exchange servers running in your environment? Quite a few of you. Any of you that don't, why don't you?
Right now, cost, I guess.
Cost? Yeah, you guys are real close to getting it. So, cost is a big thing. It's another management item you got to throw on board. So if you're a small 15, 20 user network, to throw an Exchange server in there. Now, granted, Microsoft has their small business server edition, and realistically, Exchange is a very solid product, but it's something you just can't set and forget. You have to. It needs to be watched and maintained on a regular basis. So with that, you're talking a 15, 20 user network that still wants the capabilities for collaboration. I want to be able to calendar, I want to have my calendar and I want to be able to set an appointment with Joe or Sue or Jim. It doesn't matter, you still need that capability. And additional with that as well too, I need to have that email backed up. If I'm doing POP3 email or Gmail today, and I wipe out my mailbox or I download it all to that, my laptop gets stolen, what happens? It goes back to that scenario. What, did you back up your laptop? What do you mean back up? They don't do it. It's not happening. And the way today works today, your phone stops working. Not too many people say much, but how often do you get a call as soon as your email stops working? It's usually about instantaneous, or hey, something's broke, fix it. Is it fixed yet? So that's where the hosted Exchange comes into play, and then to roll along with that as well too, as BlackBerries, and you just can't have a BlackBerry phone. You got to have another user environment that's going to want the iPhone. The next person's going to want the Android. How do you pull all those different things in there? Now, fortunately, the iPhone and the Androids are using ActiveSync, so that's not so bad. But now you got a BlackBerry user, and he wants his BlackBerry functions. Well, now you got to put a Bez server in. So that's where these hosted applications really make that affordable to be able to do it for a small business, because they could support the Active Sync, the BlackBerry, whatever new flavor that's going to come out there, they're going to roll that in much more cost effectively than what you can do it internally on site. And you know, when you're talking about just $12 per month per user, it's pretty hard to bring that Exchange server in-house, unless you got two or a couple or 100 users or so. It's pretty hard to justify it. We talked about this a little bit before, the McAfee SaaS, hosted spam filtering, hosted archiving, and hosted web defense. And the future of the cloud. This was pretty interesting. IBM did a survey of IT professionals as well too. And they say by the year 2015, 91% of our users are going to be cloud-based users. And I don't doubt that a bit, because everybody's using it now already. To the extent is hard to say, but as our capabilities for internet access become more and more viable, Verizon's bringing out their 4G network. As soon as you be able to couple that and make the phone call and do data at the same time, life will be good. But you got your 4G networks available for them from AT&T and those that provide that capability to get that bandwidth on a mobile phone. So you're going to have that iPad user out there, that BlackBerry pad user out there. As all those come out, the Motorola Zooms, you're going to be able to provide that mobile generation is going to come around really quick. Or is it the electronic tether, as I call it most days. So I want to thank everybody for their time. I don't think this video is going to play. I've been having a tough time getting the videos to play, but this was just a video. If you Google out there, Larry Ellison is the CEO and co-founder of Oracle. He has a bit of a tirade on the cloud computing. Kind of what we discussed here a little bit. It's been around for 10 years. It's just that it's really been hyped up because I think primarily because of internet access today that it's available. Do you have a question, Nick?
I have a question. This is more of a phone question than a business question. Like if you do lawn and Microsoft skydive storage online, how secure is that stuff? I don't want to use that stuff, but I want to put my stuff out.
I kind of run into the same situation, and that's the reason why we're doing a data center. A lot of people told us we were crazy for building our own data center. And the main reason we did it, because we're kind of in a niche area where if we've been around for 22 years, our clients trust us. They trust us with their data. They trust us with our engineers being in their house, in their facilities, on a regular basis. We have remote access to them. In most cases, that's, a lot of cases for a lot of clients it's unsupervised. They trust us. And that's the reason why we're building the data center ourselves, because we can put their data in our house and they feel certain that it's going to be secure. I have a little bit of a trust issue with that as well too, is putting my that data up on the cloud. Is it secure? Would I put photos up there? Sure. Do I want to lose those photos? No. I'm going to have those photos. It might be my backup solution or a way to view them. But that's one of those things that is a huge trust factor that's out there. Is like, okay, is this data secure? Is it really out there? Like the ProSafe that we utilize, that's something that you encrypt before it leaves your facility, and only you know the encryption key. So in that particular scenario, you're talking something that's very safe, but I really can't speak to the Amazon or the skydive as to what the secure level of those are. Any other questions?
Let's thank Bill for the presentation.
Thank you. Oh. Anybody have a birthday today? Okay.
Does that count?
Sure.